Alive and Awakened is produced, edited, and mixed at The Dream in Austin, Texas. Visit thedreamrecordingstudio.com for more info.
When you start to connect, when you follow that impulse, those divine directions, you bring yourself into this state, into the field, the field of infinite possibilities. And that's who you are, the totality of all possibilities. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Alive and Awakened with me, your host, Regina Longo. I am a transformational empowerment coach, inspirational motivational speaker, and yoga teacher. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about infinite possibilities and the divine direction that comes with these infinite possibilities. I would love for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. With infinite possibilities, it's about you being open to receive all that's waiting for each and every one of us. Which means we have to get ourselves and allow ourselves really, truly, to be in the state of appreciation, to receive, to be in that receptive mode. When we're accepting ourselves, when you accept yourself as you are, you put yourself in a space, in a vibration, in a frequency that has you in a receptive mode, receiving. Maybe, for example, when you're rushing out of the door in the morning or grabbing your coffee and your bag, but yet you forgot to get your keys. When you have this aha moment, this impulse run through you, and you turn around, you're like, I think I forgot something. You turn around and you see your keys on the counter. That's you trusting that impulse that came through you. That's you being in the receptive mode and honoring the receptive mode. Most people get these impulses and they feel them, hear them more from the inside out. And they're like, oh yeah, but they ignore them. You have to allow, you have to trust, and you have to get yourself into that state where you actually take the action, where you let go of judgment and questioning it and doubting it and actually trust it. And maybe you do get up, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Like, for example, if it says like, get up and go to your mailroom, or, just stand up and stretch. Maybe you do really stand up and stretch from your desk right where you're at, because you're getting a different vantage point, if you will. You're receiving a different perception of what it is you're looking at. These are like the keys to start trusting your higher consciousness, your inner being. And that's what allows us to get into alignment and really get in that receptivity mode, that space of receiving, kind of like your internet, right? It has to have like this clear signal in order for you to upload or download or to receive a signal on your smart TV. Well, it's the same thing with us. And it's a matter of you trusting it more and more. And the more you allow yourself to trust yourself and to be in that receiving mode, well, then that's where all the infinite possibilities are lying, right? It's like whatever your internet service is, like at what speed do you have the upload download, right? At a 400 speed, 400 megabytes, or are you already at a gigabyte? You see, when you're allowing, the art of allowing, when you're in that space, well, then that, friends, is where the infinite possibilities are. And you get to pick and choose. It's like going into a bakery, right? And looking at all the desserts, and you get to pick and choose, or having this big plethora, this big, huge menu to choose from. And that's where we want to place ourselves in our lives, because it's not about straining or struggling, right? We're all like this piece of this master, this beautiful, all-loving, all-giving universe, this masterpiece. And you are your own master. You're a piece of it. And you have to really allow yourself to plug in, to connect to this infinite source, to the infinite possibilities, and follow the divine direction, the daily direction. And we're receiving it all day long. We're receiving it all day long in this flow state, or the state of alignment. Are you allowing it is the question. Only when you get in to that space do you actually feel it. And when you feel it, are you receiving it? Or are you ignoring it? Are you telling yourself that story that you're not good enough? You know, we have these programs running. They're like scripts in our head. It's like being on a merry-go-round, right? You just keep looping it over and over about yourself. You want something, but yet you don't trust the magic of it. But the infinite possibilities, friends, is your abundant state. It's your birthright. That's where the magic is. It's not about being earned. It's your birthright. But are you trusting it? Trust and faith is part of that divine direction. It's part of you trusting and getting into that vibration, that frequency, and allowing yourself to simply receive. And I know for many of us, that is really hard, because we tell a story of our past and how we grew up and where we came from. And we end up telling this story over and over, that loop, that merry-go-round that I mentioned earlier. And it comes with patterns of lack. It comes with patterns of scarcity. When that wasn't your story, it was an experience you went into. It was part of the journey, possibly, for many of us. But life, if you allow it, if you're in that receptive mode and receiving, you realize that life is happening for you, not to you. And many of us are stuck in that space of it happening to you. Your purpose is to experience the whole you, not you pushing against what your dreams and your desires are. Your energy of receiving, your alignment, is the single most important ingredient to the quality of your life. The higher you allow your frequency, your vibration, your energy in your body temple, the greater it is, the easier it is to create from that strength, from that space, from that energy. And we live in this vibrational based universe, a universe of attraction, hence the law of attraction. So if you want to receive all that you desire, you have to allow yourself to be vibrationally in alignment with that. Learning, it's us learning to master. Remember I said we're all a piece, this great universe, God, the divine direction is a masterpiece, and we are all a piece of the master. You are the master of your piece, of your part in this thing called life. We have to learn to master the two worlds, the internal and the external version of us. And the only thing we can really, really control is the internal. And that's why I'm sharing with you about being in the receptive mode, receiving all that you desire. Because when you master the internal, well, then your external mirrors that. It simply mirrors that. Once you recognize the patterns that you may be running in your life, you're able then to decide how you're changing that pattern, what programs you're willing to delete, so you can allow yourself to actually create a new habit, a new program, so you can actually allow yourself to receive differently, understanding that it's all working out for each and every one of us when you have yourself in the receiving mode. You actually have yourself in alignment with your soul's calling, your divine direction, your mission, your purpose. You have within you every single thing, actually even more than you can actually conceive of, right? When you start to connect, when you follow that impulse, those divine directions, you bring yourself into this state, into the field, the infinite field, the field of infinite possibilities. And that's who you are, the totality of all possibilities. When we start to connect, we start to feel that expansion. And then what happens is we're led to the very next experience. We're led to actually what it is we need. We're not always given by the divine, by God, by the universe, what we want, but we're always given what we need. And what happens is when you allow yourself to connect, to get plugged in, you will be led to what's next, to where you need to be over and over again. So you have to take your gifts and be willing to take that chance and put it out there in the world. So you're able to be in that receptive mode. And that's you starting to change your energy from the inside out, from the way you receive. It's like changing the channel. It's like changing a song on your radio or your phone and tuning into a certain frequency. And then what happens is you start bumping into everyone. You start bumping into every experience. You start bumping into the right people, the right places, the right experiences. Why? Because you're tuned into that same frequency. We are creating our experience from our reality, from the way we view it from the inside out. It's about you getting into that vortex, living in the feeling and enjoying every moment of that feeling. It's that coherent state. And only you can create that energetic vibrational shift. And energetic vibration is the way of the world. Friends, it's the new consciousness. It's the new way of being. You can't create in a state of fear. You cannot create in a state of lack. It's not natural. You need to meditate. You need to pray in order to create. Your greatest gifts, your greatest abundance, the next impulse comes from you getting out of your ego. That's when we're the closest to that divine direction, to God, to the universe. I would like to thank you for joining me today. If you don't mind, I would like you to go ahead and hit that subscribe, follow button, and maybe provide me with a rating and review if you're enjoying this podcast. Until the next time, much love and many blessings.